Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome. It's not Wednesday. It's Tuesday. Tuesday, February 19, 2019. Interesting. 02/19/2019. Something to think about. Interesting. So, welcome. Good evening. I'm Dave Guerra. Thank you for stopping by. Thanks for watching. Let's have a chat. Okay, so today's topic is in the news. And what's in the news? Again, what is always in the news? Politics. But there's something new today. Today, there's like this whole new thing going on. And, well, that's why it's called the news, because it's new. Okay, so the new thing today is we've got these two individuals, one from England, one from Texas, one from the United States, the United Kingdom, the United States. Two individuals, females. They left as teenagers and they went to Syria to join up with ISIS, and they married these ISIS fighters, and now they want to come home. Something to consider. Now let's put that business, that workplace spin. Somebody leaves your organization either for a good or bad reason, whatever, but they left. And it turned out to be a bad reason in your eyes, in your organization. It was a bad reason. They went to the competitor. And what do you do as the leader, as the owner, as the manager, as the hiring person who's now tasked to, well, decide, does that person get to come back or not? And that's a very precarious situation to be in, because you don't know what the right answer is. You don't know what the wrong answer is. Right now in the United States and in the United Kingdom, the popular answer is hell no. They don't get to come back. They chose to leave. They chose to fight with the enemy. They don't get to come back. And it's my understanding in the United Kingdom, the parents of that one female who has a child, she wants to come back to England because she wants a better life for her child, but she already had the better life and she left for ISIS, and just terrible. Anyway, so the parents, the lawyer from the family lawyer has said that that individual is going to lose her UK citizenship. That's one extreme. Then the other one for the United States, it's still up in the air, and whatever that is. So right or wrong, let's not look at that. Let's just look at it again from a business perspective. Somebody wants to come back to your organization. Do you let them? How did they leave? Did they leave on good terms? Did they leave on bad terms? Did they realize they made a mistake, and are they admitting to the mistake? Or is it just a setup to say, hey, we're going to make that mistake later on down the road once you forget about me? And, they did it once. What will happen? Will they do it again? Something to consider. And again, it puts that hiring person, it puts that owner, it puts that CEO, the chief executive in a very, very, very difficult situation, because what's the right answer? Is how do you pick and how do you decide that them coming back is the right thing to do? So it's definitely something to ponder. I think it's this new territory in the sense of people wanting to come back to their home countries. But it's old news to organizations, because I've heard of organizations that take people back. I've heard of organizations that have let go of somebody only to go ahead and ask them to come back. And again, do I agree with it? Do I not agree with it? My experience has been kind of one of those, be careful. You're going to get it. You're going to get bit again. Once bitten, twice shy. But if you forget the twice shy part, you're going to get bit again. Because they left for a reason the first time. What makes you think that they're not going to leave for the exact same reason the next time? And guess what? They will leave. And it happens. I had one individual in an organization I worked for many years ago. And I was in a situation where I discovered this individual was doing something inappropriate. I reported it to the appropriate parties. This individual was let go. Because if I didn't report it, I would be just as guilty. So I did report it. So that being said, and then couple of years later, that individual wants to come back. And I was asked, what the situation was, because now there was a new leader, a new person in charge. There was a new regime in charge, and they wanted to know what happened and what was my part in all of it. And I said, well, they were doing these things. They weren't in line with what was going on. Again, I'm not naming names, I'm not going into details, but it was a violation of the organization's rules, policies, and procedures. And it was blatant. So that was the end of that. That was the end of that. Because again, I didn't lie, I told the truth, and they took it at face value. And again, they had to take it at face value because it was already documented, it was already put down there. So they didn't hire this individual back. But that's not to say that that individual didn't try again after I left that organization. And, did he have some individuals fighting in his corner? I know he did earlier. It's like, no, not Dave. Dave did that. Dave's a crony. Dave's this, Dave's that. But Dave just had to just say, look, here's the information that I have. Again, I'm not trying to get into details. This is not about Dave, but what it is that it actually does happen. So is that individual back? I don't know because I don't deal with them anymore. But if that individual is back, is he back to doing his same old thing again? Something to consider. And will those individuals do that same old thing all over again? Will they be ready to take off at the next something looks greener on the other side or something they believe in? Folks, it is delicate, it is sensitive, but it does need to be addressed. What is your company policy? What is your organization? What is your personal policy if you're the owner, if you're the CEO? Do you rehire people? They left for a reason. Why do you want them back? Folks, my name is Dave Guerra. This is Let's Have a Chat. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Definitely want to hear from you. And you know what? I'll be back again tomorrow. So have a good evening. I'll talk to you soon.